in the middle of a wild summer in hip-hop. Drake's crashing out on stage at Wireless. Travis Scott suddenly throwing shade at Pusha T. And Kendrick, man's just touring like he already won the war. Let's break this down, cause hip-hop just shifted again. And not everybody's walking away clean. This ain't your average beef, it's culture in motion. Drake's meltdown at Wireless Night 2. Drake pulled up to Wireless like he had something to prove, and lost even more in the process. Man thought he was doing a Marvel finale. Instead, we got a midlife crisis wrapped in pyrotechnics. Wireless Festival, London, Night 2. Crowds chanting, "F Kendrick." Drake pauses. "Chubbs, grab me a shot. I'll drink to that."
Fuck Kendrick! Fuck Kendrick! Fuck Kendrick!
You know what? Chubbs, grab me a shot. I'll drink to that. Grab me a shot.
That wasn't bravado. That was vulnerability, splashed over pyrotechnics. Let that sink in. Drake didn't say Kendrick's name, but he raised a toast to fans dissing him. Passive-aggressive toast? That's not rap beef. That's brunch beef. Yo, not LeBron? Man's out here beefing with hoopers now?
This Sham Petty.
I saw bro in the pop out with them, but been dead round gangs his hand.
He got LeBron tatted, tried to cover it up, and still throwing shade? That ain't smoke, that's insecurity. You felt that? That's the sound of desperation. But hold up, let's compare this beef by statistics between Kendrick Lamar and Drake performances and how the heat escalated. Let's dig deep a bit. May 2024, coordinated salvo in 24 hours. Kendrick's Not Like Us. Drake hits back with The Heart Part 6, followed immediately by Family Matters and Meet the Grams. Touching family, secret kids, domestic abuse. Data drop, Mother Raising. Not Like Us hit #1, broke streaming records, 12.8 million in a day, 1B total by January 2025. Kendrick's a salve, 78 Hot 100 top 10s. Kendrick cleaned up at Grammys. Ducking smoke and pretending it's rain. Drake said 3 sets, 3 vibes. Any artist can step up. But step up to what, bro? You brought paperwork to a diss war and called it strategy? Another one for the vault. Then he lied, said every set list would be different. Then performed Noya again. Same Drake, same cycle, same denial. Iceman meltdown. Drake's trying to convince his fans, and maybe himself, that he didn't lose. But bro, you dropped court docs and still needed crowd chants to feel tough. A toast to losing gracefully? Nah, that was a cry for relevance. And guess what? You still ain't said his name. Watch this move. Kendrick don't need to clap back. Not Like Us just went diamond. You felt that? That's the sound of legacy. Let's break this down. Drake's entire performance at Wireless Night 2 wasn't just a stage set. It was a shield. Man knew the internet had already carved up his legacy after Kendrick dropped Not Like Us, so he showed up with a mic, a monologue, and Marvel-level distractions. Yo, he wasn't trying to go toe-to-toe lyrically. He was ducking smoke while pretending it was just rain. Watch this move. Drake's been avoiding saying Kendrick's name for over a year now. Even when the crowd started chanting FSK Kendrick, he didn't say it. Instead, he grabbed a drink and toasted. That ain't a diss, it's denial. That's not confidence, it's camouflage. It's easier to rally your fans into chants than it is to pick up a pen and actually respond with bars. And let's not forget, this isn't the first time he's tried it. Remember how he handled Meek Mill? Subtle IG posts, petty memes, soft jabs wrapped in melody. But this isn't Meek, this is Kendrick Lamar. Different league. He said 3 sets, 3 vibes. Name another artist who could do that. But bro, that ain't the flex you think it is. What artist brags about doing 3 set lists just to distract us from the fact that he ducked the biggest rap beef of the decade? And the irony? He repeating songs anyway. Told the crowd there wouldn't be any repeats, and yet still ran Know Ya twice. Man turned a promise into a promo, and we're supposed to clap for that? Let that sink in. The most consistent thing about this Iceman era is inconsistency. Drake's out here trying to rewrite reality while Kendrick's pen already wrote history. Yo, if you claiming you're untouchable while avoiding the one person that touched your legacy, then what are you really doing? You're ducking smoke and calling it weather. You felt that? That's not the sound of legacy. It's the sound of a man trying to convince himself he still has one.
Kendrick's silent flex. And Kendrick, he's not tweeting, not toasting, not reacting. He's just on stage in Paris letting the art talk. You felt that? That's the sound of legacy. Kendrick moved the culture, Drake moved the crowd. One lasts, one fades. Do the math. Meanwhile, Travis Scott just stepped in the lyrical crossfire, and he ain't a bystander anymore. Jack Boys 2 dropped on July 13th, and man tried to sneak in a clapback aimed at none other than Pusha T. Let's rewind just weeks earlier. Clipse, yes, Malice and Pusha T reunited, dropped Let God Sort 'Em Out, a Pharrell-produced body bag of an album. On So Be It, Push came at Travis with no subtlety. You cried in front of me, Calabasas took your bitch and your pride. Lucky I ain't TMZ. You a whore to your core, you ain't got no principle. Push wasn't playing. He was airing Travis out for loyalty flips, emotional breakdowns, and for allegedly siding with Drake when things got heated between Push and the OVO camp years ago. And Travis? He waited, then dropped this on the second track of Jack Boys 2 titled Champagne and Vacay. Made 100 off pushing T's, my phone on D&D. You know how many T's I push? Hold up. Travis, you really thought that was enough? Push called you a fake, questioned your manhood, accused you of tears, and you hit him back with a one-liner pun? Man, it's like bringing a Nerf gun to a war zone. Push played chess with Daytona, Travis came with Uno cards. Cute, but not enough. Let's be real, Push isn't just any MC. This is the same man who cooked Drake with surgical precision on the story of Adidon. When he comes for you, he doesn't sneak, he stabs. And Travis? Bro, that verse was a soft slap, not a counterpunch. But let's not forget, Travis doesn't come from battle rap cloth. He's a vibe curator, not a bar for bar specialist. His strength is sonic atmosphere, not lyrical assault. So maybe this was him throwing a shot to save face without inviting full retaliation. And here's where it gets even more layered. He dropped Jack Boys 2 the same weekend Clipse released their reunion album. That's not just coincidence, that's strategy. Whether it was his call or his labels, someone wanted that smoke. But Travis should tread carefully, because if he really just woke up the lyrical demon in Push, we might be one beat away from a story of Travis' record that leaves his whole brand in ruins. You felt that? That's not just a response, that's the opening act of what could be one of the coldest beefs in modern hip-hop. And unlike Kendrick and Drake, where there's some mutual industry benefit, Push don't play that. If he comes, it's to end something. And Travis, you might have just lit the fuse. Jack Boys 2 just dropped. And Travis Scott, he finally responded. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Yo, let's rewind. In So Be It, Pusha T didn't leave any room for doubt. He accused Travis of crying in front of him, selling out to stay cool with Drake, and turning his back on the real spitters when the smoke got thick. He called him a whore. To his core, that wasn't subliminal, that was surgical. And you'd expect a response like that to trigger an explosion, right? A full-body diss, maybe a whole record. But what Travis gave us was Champagne and Vacay. Made 100 off pushing T's, my phone and D&D. You know how many T's I push? That's it. That's the bar. The big retaliation. No smoke, just a jab, then he turned up the reverb. Man, Travis, we get it. Wordplay, pushing T's, that's clever. But this ain't a SoundCloud battle. This is Pusha T we're talking about. The king of rap grudge matches. The man who made the biggest rapper in the world admit to having a secret child with one song. You think he's gonna lose sleep over your soft flex? And yo, it's not just what he said, it's how he said it. The line wasn't sharp, it wasn't heated, it was laid back. He dropped it like an afterthought between luxury bars. Like, yeah, I'm dissing you, but only if you read deep enough. That's not retaliation, that's sidestepping. But let's be fair, Travis isn't built for lyrical warfare. He's a vibe merchant, a sonic architect. His gift is atmospheres, not metaphors. He's more auto-tune and ambiance than aggressive pen games. So, maybe this was intentional. Maybe Travis doesn't want to go bar for bar. Maybe he just wants to assert he's not scared without inviting a lyrical death sentence from Push. But here's the danger. That one line, that soft swing, that might have been just enough to justify a full-blown response from Pusha T. And when Push responds, he doesn't half-step. Ask Drake, ask Wayne, ask anybody who tried him. And let's talk timing. Travis dropped Jack Boys 2 the same week Pusha and Malice Clipse dropped Let God Sort 'Em Out. That's not just overlap, that's chess. Whether it was petty or promotional, the overlap is loud. And in that noise, Travis tried to find a balance. Appease his fans, check Push's name off the list, and move on. But that's not how this works. In battle rap history, if you fire even a BB gun at a sniper, he's pulling out the AR. You felt that?
What we're watching right now isn't just a rap beef. It's a full-on clash of strategies, egos, and generational philosophies. Each artist, Drake, Kendrick, Pusha T, and Travis, is playing a different game on a different board with different stakes. Drake? He's the most visible, loudest voice, biggest brand, most to lose, but also the most reactive. Since Kendrick bodied him with Not Like Us, bro's been on a PR recovery tour. Wireless festival chants, lawsuits against UMG, dramatic album drops, Iceman branding, all of it screaming, look at me, I'm still standing. But is he? Because while he's flexing on stage with Marvel-level cameos and crowd chants, Kendrick's name still won't leave his mouth. You can bring 20 special guests on stage, but if you're still scared to rap toe-to-toe, it ain't dominance, it's distraction. Drake's tactic? Drown out the loss with volume, but every chant, every I'll drink to that, every song rerun, it just reminds us who really control the narrative. Kendrick? Silence is his sword. Since dropping Not Like Us, which went platinum in less than 3 weeks and later diamond, he said almost nothing. No interviews, no Instagram rants, just touring, just winning awards, just letting the world write headlines for him. That's not retreat, that's control. Every time Kendrick performs that track, he turns arenas into battlegrounds. He's doing victory laps while Drake's still stuck explaining L's. And let's not forget, Kendrick warned us. I got songs in the tuck that's a threat, a promise, and a power move all in one. His tactic, hit hard, disappear, let the culture carry the weight. And guess what? It's working. Pusha T? He's been waiting to re-emerge, and when he did, on Clipse's Let God Sort 'Em Out, he brought bars, bullets, and body bags. No antics, no delays. He came for Travis and came correct. Push's style is different. He's surgical, tactical. He speaks once, but it echoes forever. Like with the story of Adidon,
One drop and it changed Drake's legacy. That's power, that's patience, that's pressure applied at the right time. Push doesn't flood the scene, he contaminates it. He doesn't react, he executes. Travis Scott, the strategic sidestepper. Now Travis plays a different game. He ain't in this for bar respect. He's chasing brand dominance, fashion collabs, and world tour dollars. He wants influence, not infamy. That's why his response to Push, a one-liner in Champagne and Vacay, felt like a sidestep, not a swing.
So what do we have?
Drake, reacting, loud, dodging bars. Kendrick, silent, strategic, untouchable. Pusha T, direct, deadly, unfazed. Travis, calculated, cautious, half in. Each man's playing the long game, but only one tactic will survive. If Travis really activated that energy, don't be surprised if you get a lyrical horror movie in the next 3 weeks. Another one for the vault. Hip-hop's real winners and losers. Drake's chasing ghosts, Travis is playing defense, and Kendrick's playing chess with silence. Man, if Travis drops again and Push responds, game on. If Drake sets Kendrick's name on wax, man, lights out. So what now? Drake's ego versus Kendrick's silence, Travis versus Push, round 1, and fans, we're just waiting for the next bar to go viral. Yo, drop your thoughts. Did Travis shoot or miss? Is Drake really back, or is this just more smoke and mirrors? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn that bell on, because the next track might change the whole game again. And trust me, we're watching. Culture never sleeps.